Welcome to your Thursday morning yoga class. I should still be here next Tuesday, even though I'll be back in the Midwest. I'm sure I can figure out again how to film from the farm, so there should be no reason that we should get thrown off. That being said, let us settle in and we'll let everything else go. So do whatever, maybe you like to shake, wiggle, and then come into relative stillness. Relative being that we still can feel our breath and our heartbeat. Noticing what is right here in this moment. One breath after another. Letting go. Bringing in acceptance and compassion to this moment. I'll read us a poem called The Stew of Life, about being present. Present to excitement and anxiety. Present to body, mind, breath, and the deathless essence shining inside of me. Present to the infinite reach and particular needs of this being. Present to the bubble of joy rising to the surface with a smile. Present to the voices of doom, gloom, and invincible optimism. Present to resistance and acceptance. Present with crows, doves, cardinals, and love. Present to the stew of life, whether plain or spice, always a delectable surprise. So bringing us back into being present with what is. Without judgment. The ability to be present, truly present for this moment. And from this place of loving awareness, let us begin our practice with those 3 breaths. Inhaling and gently exhaling. Again, we inhale and exhale. One more time. And with that next breath, we open our eyes and raise our arms to the sky as we inhale. And release the hands on the exhale. One more time like that. This time we look up as our fingertips touch. Thumbs reaching back. And exhale, a prayer through the middle. Wanted to bring some focus to hips and hip opening. So let's start by taking that right foot. Maybe putting left hand under the heel, right hand around the outside of the foot. And let's start by pulling it in gently and stretching it out. pulling it in and stretching it out. No need to force, just beginning to bring some opening to the outside of the hip. And then we'll rock it side to side. You can do that with one hand on the knee and one on the foot. Or if you can hug it a little closer, you may be able to wrap that shin bone with your forearms. Bringing out rocking sensation. And then let's place the right foot in front of you while you take this left foot and bring it closer to the hip so that we can either bring the right foot right where it is in front of right hip, or maybe you can even cross that leg over the knee. So that we find, as we look to the right and over that shoulder, a little more stretch on the outside of that hip. Gentle stretches. Wake up the hip socket. Same with the breath and the crown of the head lifting. And slowly untwist. Go ahead and slide now this right foot toward the left hip even more, so we come into stacked knees. Log, not actually stacked, or you could do stacked logs with the shin bones. But if you can do stacked knees like this, go ahead. You can then take one hand to each foot, lifting through the crown, nice tall spine, and then gently placing the chest on that thigh and dropping your chin. Staying with breath in this present moment, much like the poem, presence. And coming back up, let's go ahead and untwist those legs. Now place this right foot down, and we're going to grab the left foot. Again, so we first start it by bringing the foot toward the heart and stretching it out. Back and forth. And then the rocking, again, you decide how close, how intimate you can be with that shin bone. Our wonderful hip sockets. How many big tendons that hold it in place. From here, then we're going to place that left foot in front of the hip socket as we bring the right foot toward the opposite, or maybe even across, and then we're looking left. And then you're hugging now the thigh to the belly as you look over that left shoulder. Look forward, and then if you can, go ahead sinking a little deeper into this by bringing the feet to the opposite sides. Hands grab those feet, lift through the crown, and then forward fold. So we're taking the time to really wake up that hip. Sinking a little deeper, wiggling into it. And then come on back up. Let's bend the knees. Actually, let's bend the knees deeply for this first forward fold. Rest our belly and chest on those thighs. Grab the outside of the feet and then slide forward. Little by little. Noticing where you feel the most tightness. And see if you can breathe into that spot. And then lifting halfway and coming all the way up. Pull those heels back toward you, cross the ankles and roll over the knees. So there's a balance between stretching out the hips and strengthening the hips. We'll play with both today. Let's come into all fours, undulate the spine, wiggle, wag the tail, engage the neck. And then some simple cats and cows. We look up as we drop the belly, lift the tail, and round. Your body knows how to do this. Letting your breath guide you. One more. Come to flat back, tuck the toes, lift the knees, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bringing belly toward thighs, lifting tailbone up, getting ready for downward dog, dropping the head between the upper arms, and then pedaling out the heels. From here, shift the plank, back to downward dog, to plank, and back to downward dog, to plank, and lower the hips, and lift the heart, whether that is in cobra or up dog. Roll on back to downward dog. Look up between your thumbs and walk to that spot. Bend the knees for forward fold. It could be a micro bend or a big bend. Trust your body to know. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold again, and this time come all the way up. Fingertips touch. Hands through the center. And meet me in mountain pose. We'll do our sun salutations. To warm up, we inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk, step, or jump back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. One more breath here before we move forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway, lifting the heart. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And back to mountain pose. Arms swoop up and around. Forward fold. Halfway. Back to plank. Lower down. Up dog. And down dog. One more time through. You can do it at your own rate. Actually, I'll try being quiet and let you do the sun salutation. we'll meet together back in down dog. Next, we inhale, look up. Exhale, walk upward, go back to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. This time, bend the knees, big toes together, and come into the chair. Tuck the tail, belly pulls towards spine. Fingertips lift, hands face each other. Sink a little deeper. As we begin the strengthening part of our hip practice. Back to forward fold, back to halfway, walk or step back, lower down, inhale that up dog, lift the heart, and exhale down dog. Inhale right foot to the sky, exhale right foot top of the mat, coming up to high lunge, we hold, sink a little deeper for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky, left foot top of the mat, and come on up for high lunge on this side. Again, fingertips reach up, hands face each other, hips sink. But that back heel is up in this pose. So we're getting this really great stretch on the front of our thigh now. Eyes can gaze forward or up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Our cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the hips, come up to chair for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back to plank. Chaturanga. We're doing a lot of chaturangas, building some upper body strength. At the same time, right foot to the sky, right foot top of the mat, up to high lunge again. But this time, let's turn that left heel down, turning it into a warrior 1. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel up, hands down, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the sky, left foot top of the mat, high lunge. Settle in, and then turn that right heel down, turning it into warrior 1. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel up, hands down. Step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. We'll give it 2 breaths here. Being present to what is. Inhale, look up. Walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the hips and meet me in chair. This time with our chair, we're going to lift our right foot. For 1, 2, 3. Set that one down with the left foot. For 1, 2, 3. Put both down. For 1, 2, 3. And forward fold. Balance is so important. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk or step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Playing the add-on game, we're going to inhale right foot to the sky. Right foot top of the mat. We start with high lunge. To warrior 1. To warrior 2. Here in warrior 2, feel the heels pulling toward each other. the feet away and pull them toward each other so you can feel the engagement of the leg muscles. And then once you've found that, settle your feet right in the middle. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to warrior 1. Hands up, heel up for high lunge, and then hands back down. Step back and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the sky, left foot top of the mat. We have high lunge to warrior 1 to warrior 2. Again, play with pulling the feet toward each other and away, and then finding where the feet can sink in a balanced, rooted way. And then hold. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Back to warrior 1. And back to high lunge. Lift that heel. And then put the hands down. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. And we'll exhale, child's pose. Taking that pause. Some deep sighs. Feeling what is. Maybe there's a little sweat. A more rapid heart rate or breath as we have gotten moving. From here, come on back up to all fours. And then let's go ahead and come to belly to earth. We're going to stack our forearms and rest our forehead on those. And then we're going to lift the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep lifting 1 and set that one down. And then the left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now both legs. Keeping the head down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Lift the head. Keeping now the tops of the feet on the mat. Let's spread our arms at a V. Palms face down as we lift as high as we can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Rest your head, rock your head back and forth. And then I'll invite you to do all 4, meaning both feet, both hands. You can, well, let's do this one. Let's bring the feet together, and we'll slide the hands forward, and we'll lift hands in front of us, up, and feet behind us. So instead of an X shape, it's a long line. Holding for 5, lifting higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Nicely done. You can rock your head back and forth. Rock your hips back and forth to match your forehead. And shake out that spine. Hands reach back toward ribs. Hips back to heels for child pose to release that lower back. And then through all 4s for spinal undulation. Again, wiggling it out. And then tuck the toes and back to downward dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to that spot. Inhale, halfway, big toes together. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, come back to chair. But this time, bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to turn to the right. Right elbow up, left elbow on the outside of the knee, and see if you can have the prayer hands at the center of your chest, and eyes can look up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, and then the opposite side, we'll just keep going, same thing. Prayer hands at center of chest, eyes gaze up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, hands up, hands down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk, step, or jump back. Lower down, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Okay, let's do another stretch here in the middle. We're going to reach that right foot to the sky, and then bring that right knee to right elbow. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then slide it down to the wrist. Lower your hips, bringing the right ankle toward the left wrist, or pigeon pose. And you decide the angle of the shin, lifting through the heart, and then let's walk our hands out to the sides of the mat. Keep lifting through the heart. You can always put a towel, a blanket, a block under that right hip. And then if possible, go ahead and walk your hands forward. Maybe even your head can rest on a block, a bolster, your stacked wrists. Whatever feels right. Or maybe it can come all the way to the floor. Breathing into the stillness and deep stretch. So alternating the stretching and strengthening. Go ahead and lift your head again, walk your hands back. So let's walk our hands right in front of our chin, and then lift, and we'll just walk ourselves back up into a downward dog. Not doing anything fancy to get there. Hold here, hips up, belly reaching toward thighs. And then left foot to the sky. Left knee to the left shoulder or elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it down to the wrist. Lower the hips. Adjust the shin. And then walk the hands out to the sides, lifting the heart. Adjusting that back leg. So the top of the leg is touching the mat. Getting our bolsters, our blocks ready as we melt forward. And stretching. Few more breaths, really appreciating this deep stretch. And then come on up, and this time meet me in all fours. So, hips over knees, shoulders under wrists. Wrists under shoulders. You can put your shoulders under your wrists. So not only do we, like I said, the contrast of stretching and strengthening. So we're going to go ahead and lift this right leg up, the sole of the foot to the sky, right knee bent. You can glance up. And then we're going to push toward the ceiling with our foot for 5, no, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking the time. Now bring the knee toward the right shoulder and kick it back for 10, 9, 8, kick it back, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then the knee straight out, touch it down and up. So it's like the dog peeing on the fire hydrant. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, I feel that. And 10. Ooh, wow, a little spinal undulation before we go to the other side. You can feel those huge muscles back there. They also help stabilize that hip. I always find it interesting that walking and biking, they don't hit all the muscles like squats and some of these exercises do. Fascinating. Okay, let's lift that left foot to the sky, knee bent, and we push for 10, 9, 8, like there's a button on the ceiling, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knee to shoulder, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knee bent, straight out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep pulling that belly just like 9, and 10, and tuck the toes and reach the bottom back to the heels as you slide those fingertips forward. So it's a little different because I want you to be stretching out the bottoms of the feet at the same time we're here in child's pose. If that's too much, you can always release the toes. A few more breaths here. And then adjust your body and meet me in a downward dog. So we're going to continue with a few more standing poses. So let's reach that right foot to the sky, right foot top of the mat between the hands. We come up for a high lunge. We'll go to warrior 1. We'll go to warrior 2. And then we'll keep going. So let's drop the right hand to the outside, the pinky toe of the right foot, and bring that left hand up and over for side angle. Now, of course, feel free to use a block if you can get some better alignment that way. You decide what angle of the block. Make sure that chest is looking up, or tending up, and that left shoulder is reaching back. Fingertips face down and are reaching forward. Now, let's come up a notch. Put your elbow on your knee. Left hand is still reaching over. Pause here, but then I want you to feel the strength in the core and the legs by reaching both hands up and not having any support for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, straighten that leg. You have to count fast because that was hard. Reach both hands up or out, and then the right hand up and over for reverse triangle. to starfish, and then right wrist reach forward and drop the right hand. Regular triangle. Hand can come to a block. And the ankle, the shin, the floor. Stacking those hips, stacking those shoulders, and spreading the arms wide. And just like we did with side angle, we can challenge our core strength and leg strength by bringing both hands out. Ooh. And they come on back up. Oh yeah. Back to starfish, and back to warrior two. Cartwheel those hands. Step back, lower now. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Enjoy your down dog for 3 breaths. And then we lift left leg to the sky, left leg between the 2 hands, up to high lunge, warrior 1, warrior 2. And then here comes the add-on. We drop the left hand to the outside, pinky toe side for a side angle, right hand up and over. So we hold it with hand down or on a block for the first 5. And then we came up to put our elbow on our knee for a minute to catch our breath. And then you know where you're going this time. So reach the left hand up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Up to starfish. Reverse that triangle, left hand up and over. Back to starfish, and then left ribs reach forward, drop the hand for triangle. And then the challenge, hands over the head for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, starfish, warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands and pop up the heel. Step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, child's pose again. Stretch and strengthening. We're only going to pause there a hot second because we're going to go ahead, come back to downward dog. And we're going to go ahead, right foot to the sky, right foot top of the mat. Come up to high lunge, but from high lunge, going to go a different direction. So I want you to bend your elbows as if you have a volleyball or a beach ball between your hands. And then you're going to toss that ball forward as you launch yourself into warrior 3. Palms face each other. Left heel reaches, and you're making that beautiful T shape. So here we are strengthening the legs, strengthening that hip. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back. Whoop. And then let's step forward, prayer hands. We're going to mix this up here. We've done quite enough chaturangas. Step the left foot back, come into high lunge. So actually right foot back, left foot forward, bend the elbows, you know where we're going, and then launch yourself into warrior 3 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to standing mountain pose. Pause. And nice and sweaty. go ahead and place your left hand on your hip. You're going to bend the right knee and grab the top of that foot. But we're not going to go into dancer pose, or I'm not, because I really want to feel the stretch on the top of that thigh. So I'm going to actually keep pulling the foot toward the hip while I gently point my knee a little back, but still tucking the tail and keeping the core strong. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you should feel the stretch on the top of the thigh, front of the thigh. Let's place that foot down and switch sides. Right hand on the right hip. Grab the left foot, pull the heel toward the bottom. As at the same time you make the thighs parallel, or maybe even slightly back, but at the same time tuck the tail, so you don't want to be arching. I want you to feel that stretch. Keep tugging that foot. And set it down. We'll do one more balancing pose and then we'll come down to seated. Hands on hip, right knee up. Let's do figure 4, so right ankle, left knee. And then we'll do the chair variation. So let's bring our hands to prayer, reaching hips back so our knee stays over ankle. Hover. Feel that hip stretch. I'm going to stay right here with this. As you can feel a stretch in one hip while you're strengthening the opposite. And come on back up. We'll switch sides. Right foot down. Left knee up. Left ankle to right knee. Same thing other side. Hips reach back. And hold. Stay with it. And come on back up. Foot down. Pause here in mountain. And then let's come into forward fold. And then bending the legs, come on, sit your sits bones back and sit on down. Nice job. We're going to do a wide angle forward fold so we can stretch out the inside of the legs. So find the angle that feels right here for you. Toes reach up. First, get that long, tall spine, and then bending at the hips as if you were in a wide angle forward fold standing. Walk those hands forward, and then again, use your blocks, use your hands. Find how low you can go, and giving that nice stretch on the inside instead of the outside. And we're going to stay with it for 10 long, slow breaths. Maybe you can go a little lower. And then we'll come all the way up. Nicely done. Now we bring the soles of the feet together to stretch the opposite again. We've done a lot, so it should be good. So cobbler pose, feet together, and then again, chest comes forward. And again, just noticing what is. Where's the stretch now? Breathe into that. Come on up. I want you to go ahead and find your blocks. Close your knees. Now I'm throwing in one more stretch that we don't always do. So come back to all fours. Put a block on either side of your mat. You're going to come to kneeling, or all fours. We're going to reach the left foot between the legs. So, and put the left toes up. I don't know, I'm not describing it well. We're coming into a modified splits because we've done all this work, and so I thought we might as well do it. So hands are on the block, and then you're slowly sliding that left foot forward as the top of the leg is on the mat. Now I'm purposely being super careful because this is a pose I accidentally, by not holding myself up and guiding myself down, went too far and pulled a muscle. So be careful. Back yourself out if it's too much. And then pull that heel back, and we'll switch sides. Right heel forward, and hold on to those blocks, and slide it forward. But if we don't do these poses, we're not going to progress, right? Taking the time, let the stretch do it for you. And then slide that heel back. And again, we'll come back to seated. I just wanted to throw that in there. Let's actually, because we're running out of time, come all the way to our backs. I want you to go ahead and take the block, since we were just playing with the blocks, and place it between your thighs. And then legs up the wall, but squeeze the block. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing. So this is an active pose. We're squeezing thighs toward each other. Squeeze that block. Squeeze that block. Squeeze that block. Now bend the knees. The block is still there. And we're going to do our bridge poses up and down with the block there. So we inhale up and down. Keep squeezing the block. You don't need to look at me, just with your breath, lift and lower the hips. While squeezing the block. And then once you're at the top, stay and keep squeezing and squeezing. And you'll know when you're like, that's enough. Lower it down. Take the block out. And windshield wiper the legs. Drop the knees to the right. And the left. And the right. And the left. Slide the left leg out straight. Bring the right knee to your chest and give it a squeeze. See if you can bring this right knee toward the right armpit, so more the outside of the body. And then bring your peace fingers to grab the big toe. And then placing the left hand on the left hip, you can see about straightening that heel, straightening the leg by pushing out through the heel. So again, this is a pose we do standing. So play like that left foot is standing on the floor so the toes are up. Gently tuck tug that toe toward your nose. This is the side I had an injury on, so I'm only tug so far right now. And then slowly let it fall out to the right. Maybe rest it on the block. Your eyes can gaze to the left or straight up. Keep that left hip down. Don't roll. Keep that left shoulder on the mat. And back up. And bend the knee again. Move the hand to the shin. Give it a squeeze. And straighten that leg out. Bring the left knee toward the armpit. Squeeze it until it's on the outside. So we're pushing out through the right heel while really pulling that shin toward the body. And then the peace fingers of the left hand, grab the left big toe as you push up through that heel. And then rotate that one out to the side. Again, right hip and shoulder stay on the floor. Eyes can gaze to the right or straight up as we hold the stretch. Bring it back up. Bend the knee, squeeze it in one more time. Bring the opposite knee up. Now bring the shins together. Maybe rock a little back and forth. We'll stretch out the left leg again. This time we're going to grab the right knee and bring it across the body as we reach that right hand out and look at the right hand. Now some of you may be able to straighten that right leg and grab that foot or big toe. Either way, find the twist. You'll feel the stretch again. Now on the outside of the hip instead of the inside of the leg. Cross the body for the twist. Eyes gaze. Shoulders stay on the mat again. You can straighten it. Good on you. This is not in my wheelhouse today. Sensing the awe. Your mind and body and spirit knows the end of practice is coming. Again, relaxing into the relative stillness. And back center, both knees up. And now we come to happy baby. Bringing attention to ankles, the soles of the feet. Maybe you want to push your fingers into the soles of your feet to massage them, squeeze them. If that feels good. No judgment, rock, roll, do what feels right. And then bringing knees, shins, and ankles and big toes together. Wrap our arms around our shins, lift our head, give ourselves that squeeze. A little squeal. Maybe a kiss. Big tight. And come all the way up to Shavasana. Our final pose, the resting pose. Sensing the biggest awe. All those muscles you stretched and strengthened, we now let them relax. The warmth, their heaviness. Sense that. Their relaxation. Also recognizing that in the back, the shoulders, the arms, the back of the head resting on the earth, the muscles of the face resting back toward the earth. Present to excitement and anxiety, present to body, mind, breath, and the deathless essence shining inside of me. Present to the infinite reach and particular needs of this being. Present to the bubble of joy rising to the surface with a smile. Present to the voices of doom, gloom, and invincible optimism. Present to resistance and acceptance. Present with crows, doves, cardinals, and love. Present to the stew of life, whether plain or spiced, always a delectable surprise. I'll mind the time while you rest in Shavasana. From this place of presence and peace, bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Breathing into our palms, feeling the rise and the fall of the breath. Maybe you can sense your heartbeat, your aliveness. And then reaching the hands over the head. Give that body one more wiggle, undulation as you stretch out from fingertips to toes. Rolling to the right side, we rest our head on our upper arms, bring our knees toward our chest as we pause here in gratitude, acceptance, love, compassion for this moment. All the moments to come and all the moments that have been. Go ahead and push yourself up to that seated position. We will finish with our hands at our heart. The 3 breaths together with an audible sound. That's an oo, an o, an om, or an amen, or whatever you want to say because I can't hear you. We inhale. And we exhale. A few more times. Inhale. Last one. That light, that spirit in me honors that in every single one of you. I super appreciate you showing up in person on a recording. That spirit in me honors that in every single one of you. Namaste. And have a great weekend. I don't think I ever recorded that, but it doesn't really matter.